Welcome again to my channel, LR Shion. Now, we will discuss the next fight in the Grand Sumo Battle Arc, Nomi no Sukune, meeting the strongest being alive. Do you think the ogre will accept the challenge of the ancient? Let's find out. But first, please know that you can buy the new Grappler Baki volume collections, Baki the Grappler Season 1 and 2 DVDs, and Bandai's Grappler Baki figurine on the link in the description below. By buying, you can help the channel grow and release more Baki videos. Please do subscribe, and let's begin. The chapter starts inside Tokugawa's mansion. Nomi no Sukune is saying, "The strongest being on earth? How about that? Rather than the king of beasts, he's the strongest being?" Tokugawa replied, "Out of all the life on earth, he's the strongest. Hence the title, a human man. Who is stronger than tigers, bears, African elephants, sharks, killer whales, anything and everything you can name?" Sukune then said, "Tigers and sharks, huh? Heh, surely it's unbelievable. He sounds like something from a dream. Surely, I must be exaggerating. But I tell you now, as someone who knows the man, what I've said is only a modest appraisal. Stronger than whales and elephants. That's underselling him? I'll give you an example. Say you were upset with a current prime minister or president. What would you do then? Well, I wouldn't do anything. Who would? Indeed, doing nothing is expected. But the ogre would pay him a visit to knock him around. To knock? There's no way he could do that. Wrong. He can. Without the slightest effort. No way. That's ridiculous. They get crazy security everywhere. Security is not a factor. Tokugawa-san, you can't even get close to those guys. Then tell me, Sukune, could you, Nomi no Sukune, while fighting seriously and with every ounce of your might, not get close to them? You're seriously asking me? I am. Let's see. Could I? Couldn't I? You know, I think I could. Don't know about without the slightest effort though. Would you like to meet the ogre Hanma Yujiro? You mean a chance to meet him? You know the ogre's son, Hanma Baki. He has an interesting view on how that works. For him, you don't need to schedule a match to fight. If you want to fight a guy, just attack him. If that doesn't spur him to fight you, he's rejecting the art of war. Then, I'll attack him. We now move on inside a certain hospital. Dr. Kuriha is saying, "These numbers. Well, I doubted my eyes myself. We couldn't get a precise measurement, but his testosterone, the male hormone, was over 10 times the normal range. Leaps and bounds above what ordinary humans produce. There's no mammal with levels like that. His male hormone count is out of this world. Who is this ogre? Hata-san, try to imagine this. From the perspective of the ogre, what do you think the world looks like? To put it simply, maybe I am male and all the others are not." Then Dr. Kuriha laughed out loud. He then said, "That does sound like the ogre. Men, women, young, old, all female. His male hormone secretion is just too extraordinary. Think of it, Shinogi. Everyone must seem female to him. Whether it's an old man, an old woman, a sumo wrestler, a rugby player. None of them would appear male. They would all exude womanhood. You know, in a way, that might be nice. So, tell me now, who is he?" We now move on somewhere in the woods. We can see Joe William, 48 years old, an adventurer. He is saying, "You wanna know why? Why I go on challenging that? I summited Chomolungma in the 1900s without oxygen. I crossed the Pacific in a hot air balloon in the 2000s. In 20-something, I climbed the Niagara Falls. All of it, I do, just to get in touch with my inner man. It's that simple. What made me start? I can't tell you that. Sonny, there are some things I'd die before I tell you. This is one. Like fuck I'm telling anyone that. Well, I was a vape. I'll die before I say those words. Before that day, I had no idea of the woman within me. It's been 16 years since then. That was the day I started risking my life. That was when I started this journey to find my inner man. We now move on inside the Korakuen Underground Arena. Sukune is saying, so, he's been in Tokyo the whole time. He's been that close by. Then the ogre entered the arena. He then whispered, "You fat fuck." It's him. This is the ogre, commented by Tokugawa. So, you're the one. Sukune would later recall. A habu. It was like looking at a gigantic habu snake. Have you ever seen one? Habu have these incredible faces. You can tell what violent, vicious animals they are, just from the face. And they don't have to be angry to look that way. The bone structure itself has that fury built in. So a neutral expression is an angry one. And that's why I thought of that then. Hanma Yujiro has the exact same thing. Ferocity, brutality, hatred. It's as though his face naturally shows all of those things. In his arched back eyebrows, in that forcefully piercing glare, those carnivorous beast-like fangs. One look at a race car tells you it's something meant to zip around at high speeds. Someone who's never seen a sword before realizes in an instant that it's a tool for monstrous deeds. For me, the briefest glimpse at the ogre established beyond any doubt that here was a guy who exists for the purpose of combat. And then, it was the weirdest thing. So, okay, his height, right? The ogre is what? 190 centimeters? About 20 centimeters shorter than me. But still, I was looking up at him. Sukune then said, "I'm Nomino Sukune, of ancient sumo." Yujiro replied, "That explains it." Then the ogre suddenly grabbed Sukune on the face. He then shouted, "Know where you stand! You think you can simply call for me?" What do you guys think? Do you think Sukune will still continue to challenge the ogre? Comment down your opinion below. Special thanks to Stranger Dragons Prevail, Francois, The Real Zervan, a Patreon of the Odds, Jacket, Johnny Might, Matt, Motobe Izo, Iron Mike V1, OK, Garuda, Alec Morin, Vegapunk, Just Danzo, Isom Harris, Awesome Swissable, Trent Becker, Core, AWG, Game Freak Place, Maximilian Mellon, Thomas West, Alexander Macias, Sam, Casey, Shitpost Gaming, Lenel, Ayavik the Gamer, Oreg Jesus, Alan Wilson, Doc Reaper, and Davis Uber Als. We really appreciate your help. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my Patreon, LR Shion. I will put a link in the description below. Our next discussion will be about Nomino Sukune versus the strongest being alive. Stay tuned.